Welcome to day 2, journey to FM. Um, First we gotta get to like 1500 and 2000, but I think it might be possible. Um, so we've only played 30 games, but recently I've been trying to play more. Um, past Yesterday I played like almost 10 games, played 11 games. Um, Not too bad. So I'm just gonna play one game in this video, probably 10 plus 0. And we're gonna use principles and imbalances and forcing moves, and we're just gonna learn how to think in chess and find the best moves. So I don't know a lot of openings, I always say, but you just gotta use opening principles. I like the Vienna gambit, so I also might try doing the London system and Kali system, stuff like that. Oops, game aborted. But yeah, I think I'm gonna go for the Vienna. Okay, Sicilian defense. All I know is the Alpine Sicilian. Sicilian defense is said to be really hard. And also like the Roy Lopez. Those are like two really hard openings that they say beginners should stay away from. Just so much theory you need to know. But we work with what we got. We just figure out the easiest Sicilian is probably the Alpine Sicilian. So now we've got this nice pawns in the center. After this, I don't really know much theory, as I said. I think I played it like this before. I want to do this, attack the knight again, but then they could put their queen here and check. Really, I want to go here and check them is what I'm trying to do. I can't spend too much time here. I kind of want to block their pawn from going here. I need to just develop though in principle, right? Let's just... I should have push that pawn forward maybe. I'm missing a pawn in this file, which sucks. But I still got these. I think I might just do this. I want to do this. Because I want to attack the knight, get it out of there. Surely, they could check it, that'd be smart. But they'll probably just move the knight, and it doesn't matter either way. I'm not playing hope chess. Okay, they moved, nice. The thing about checking them first is that our bishop is blocked from being developed, so... Actually, probably just gonna go here. That's also threatening to take the knight, interesting. That kind of messing up their development. So it looks like we're winning right now. Got a nice lead in development, 2 pieces and a pawn in the center. Gotta love that. So my plan is working. We are in fact learning how to use principles the correct way. Oh, so you're not supposed to move your piece more than once when developing pieces. But this would be nice to attack the knight and pin it to the queen. And they'll probably just attack my bishop. But I don't want to take. To take is a mistake. That allows them to develop their queen. So, I played one game where I pushed the pawn forward and they blocked with their knight, and then I pinned it with a queen and won the minor piece. It was pretty cool. But I just need to defend this. Well, I already defended by the queen. We're chilling there. Probably should develop the bishop, and then the knight, and then the queen, and then delay castling, because I always like opposite side castling. You don't want to be under attack. Like if they start attacking on the king side, you don't want to castle on the king side, right? Let's see. You don't really want to just take this just because you can. You want to keep the piece. See if you can do anything more useful in the future. This is a weird move because it's being blocked by the pawn. If they move this, I'd completely block in my bishop. But I would be pointing here. So this is an option just to push the pawn forward. But then it'd be kind of weak. It's my style. Let's just do it. We've got the opportunity to do it. Pawns are my favorite piece. Yeah, so this is already backfiring. So now we take that, and then they got this open file. But I need to develop my bishop anyways, and that's kind of awkward for the rook to do that anyway, so... Just develop this, but if they push... I do need a castle. I'm expecting this. I'll probably just go here. It's not the end of the world. I expected this move, and they played the best move. This isn't terrible. But the fact That they allow their pawn to get this close to me is very bad, actually. Should not have done that. Because you want to think prophylactically. You always want to put your pieces on their side of the board, and you want to prevent them from putting their pieces on your side of the board. Now I've allowed their pawn and their knight on my side of the board. So I just want to get rid of this. I might just do that. I do need to get rid of the knight. It's more important. I could just do that by doing this. And it looks like I'm going to be castling this direction as well. I always got to watch out for this. Oh, wait. Whoops. Yep, I just noticed. Well, let's at least get rid of this pawn, get rid of their rook. We could push this pawn, attack this pawn after they play there. So fortunately, this is very bad. Like, as I said, I'm getting attacked by a bunch of pieces now. The fact that I pushed all these pawns and made the position so open is what is hurting me. But fortunately, I can block with the bishop and the knight. No need to sacrifice the queen. Suppose we just block with bishop. Am I gonna lose a piece, dude? I'll probably have to move the king. Because you don't want to move the queen because it's defending the rook. That's really weird. So I'm gonna have to take this with the king. Whatever. We'll just have to trade pieces, try to get to an end game. Okay, buddy. I'm just gonna attack with the pawn, defended by the knight. You take this. Wait, can I just... Yeah, I don't know. Now I'm just gonna win the rook. So that's why you don't want to give random checks with your queen. Oh, okay, he found a good move to get out of it. It's annoying. He's gonna put me in check over and over. See, the open positions is not my favorite, honestly. I do like close positions because you can control the pawn breaks and stuff like that. And but the openings I play for some reason are just open games. Simple. I'm gonna have to go here again. And then I can block with the knight and the queen. Maybe we're doing better now. We're just gonna trade pieces, and I'm gonna be down a pawn in the end game. Best case scenario. Buddy, come on, bro. I'm hoping he just takes his pawn and I take his rook. But I don't expect that to happen, like I said. Just whatever happens, happens. He's probably just gonna trade queens for me to check again, annoyingly. And we'll trade. Okay, he did put me in check again. Come on, bro. I think he might be out of checks now, right? Oh, yeah, he's got this, but I would take with the rook. So he successfully survived the circus of checks. I could even put him in check first with the queen, try to prevent him from castling. That'd be awesome. Gotta think hard about what he's about to do. Does he know he's got a rook hanging? Like, all right, he did that finally. This is an in-between move, guys. He can block with queen, and we trade queens, but then I take his rook, and then we're still down a pawn, but not really doing much. I mean, I like trading queens because it prevents my opponent from attacking me, right? So, all right, this isn't a terrible position. We need to develop the pawns, get our king centralized. They get castle, which looks good for them in theory, but at the same time, I can attack them in the castle, but I don't really have enough pieces for that. But I don't know. I'm just gonna pin this bishop, force a trade of rooks. Because if I can eliminate the rook, that also eliminates a powerful piece, prevents them from attacking me. So this is beautiful. But they can probably just move their rook here, and I'm gonna have to probably go here. They didn't even do that. Okay, buddy, I'm about to take all your pieces if you don't play. But then I'd also pin my knight to my king. I can do that too. So putting pressure on the pin piece. I'm just gonna win the rook, win the bishop with the rook, defended by the knight, potentially. I could also pin my knight to the king. I just realized that, unfortunately. He shouldn't be afraid to trade rooks. He should just develop the bishop to that puny little square there. Now he's opening up these diagonals and files towards his king, It's maybe not the smartest idea there, buddy. But I mean, if you want to develop your rook, you can try. He's still oblivious to my plan, most likely, but he can probably recognize it at the last second. And I might just want to move my king first. I don't want to blunder. So if I go here, he goes here. What happens? I guess actually I still go here because the rook would be pinned to his king. So I'm chilling, bro. Let's go. Nice try, buddy. Your rook is pinned to your king, so I'm definitely winning this game. 1192 rated. Happy with that. It's relatively high. Not really, but I always lose in these in games where I'm faced with a bunch of pawns. It's so annoying because they've already pushed their pawns a lot. We got this pawn on the side. I'm gonna try to promote that. So shoot. Just go here and prevent the king from going forward. I gotta develop my knight and attack his king. Just forget about this pawn. We don't have time to capture it. He's gonna push it, but what's that gonna do, buddy? I'm sorry. Now I can take, or I'm probably maybe just check. All right, I'm not gonna take it, buddy. Nice try. I could push the pawn forward one to make it prevent it from moving again, and then capture with the knight. This is stupid, bro. I'm just gonna maybe reroute the knight. Try to use it to capture his pawns. So I could just push forward one. Might be better. Yeah, because he could push this forward if I go here. I'm just gonna do this. And don't calculate a lot. I just try to use principles. You know, if he goes here, take. Yeah, he's blocked in now, buddy. Like, what are you thinking? This is good for me. I'm definitely winning now. That's check. It does allow this, but I can use my knight, take that. I can always sacrifice too if I need to. So yeah, I don't need to worry about taking their pawns and promoting. I just need to prevent them from putting their pawns. This seems decent because I'll just take and sacrifice. If they push forward, I take. So I might sacrifice most likely. There's nothing else I can really do. Yeah, if he takes that, bro, what are you doing? I'm gonna take that. I'm just taking that pawn if you take my pawn. So yeah, he's screwed. He probably maybe he takes my knight and then I sacrifice. But I'm just gonna start pushing this and we're carefree. No stress. He resigned. Alright, we can do a quick game review. I will make a separate videos analyzing games. 70% accuracy. It's not terrible. Could be better. 4 great moves. Love to see that. 14 best moves. Don't like to see the 3 misses or the 3 mistakes. Like I said, not going to be too much detail in this review. We'll make separate videos. Just want to see basic. Well, really, you're supposed to analyze your games without the computer first. But just for entertainment purposes, let's see what happened. Let's just look at the moves real quick. Okay, so I could have moved my knight forward. Because this pawn defends the square. So I would have. That's threatening mate. Dang, bro. Because this king is trapped in here by this pawn. Like I said, these pawns, all pieces, but especially pawns, are very powerful. The further along they go, pawns and knights both are the most affected by pushing them towards your opponent. I'm able to notice that without using the computer fully, but it did show me the first move. Okay, so yeah, attack the knight and attack this pawn, fork maybe. Missed that with the queen. Better to move the king, forego castling. Interesting. I can kind of understand that. Miss, what is... Oh, shit, I take... They should have took my rook. I should have took that rook, bro. I don't have to retake the knight. That is something I should have seen. Like, that is a low ELO mistake to just be worried about the capture of attack, the sequence of captures. Like, obviously, I can just take the rook instead of taking the knight. But it's the thing, you don't have enough time to think about everything when you're playing rapid. And I try 15 plus 10, and it's just too much time. My opponent takes too long. So 10 plus 0, or 10 plus 5 is what it's going to have to be. I'm just going to have to be more focused and careful. And notice your mistakes and improve. They would have been better if they would have took my rook. Then I take with queen. Maybe because I wouldn't have had the pieces close to my king to defend from checks. Great move, love to see. Attack the king, queen as always. Forcing moves are best. Best move, love to see. Great move. No more checks after the sequence. Block with queen is better? I don't understand. It said blocking with the queen is better than moving the king. But that would allow... Would that not allow this check again? I don't know, bro. Great move. I don't see how that's... This is a what is that, dubious move or something? Or inaccuracy. For some reason, this is an inaccuracy. Even though it would have, the best move was for them to forego castling. Great move. So my plan was great, apparently, even though I didn't like it at first. Good move. Best would be to attack the pawn for some reason. But my plan did end up working. And of course, like I said, they should have just moved their bishop, traded rooks, but they're afraid to. They probably would have still been winning because they have an extra pawn. But they allowed me to do some fancy stuff. I just completely ignored the any principles that would allow me to determine the engine's best move. I just went with my plan, and it worked. In this position, it was the best move, even though the moves that required me to get to that position weren't necessarily the best. But it was okay because my opponent wasn't playing the best either. Didn't have time. So yep, found a way just to win a pawn. Yeah, the rook move was a blunder. I did predict them moving there. It says best was bishop. And then I just trade rooks, and then I guess I captured that pawn with this knight. So yeah, I guess I would have been winning there maybe. Amazing. I survived the end game. I didn't see that knight move. I'm not exactly sure what that would do. Just blockade their pawn from going forward. And this is just rock solid defense. So then I just move my king and take their pawns, I guess. Love to see all the best and excellent moves in the end game. And they resigned. So there we go. Day 2 of Journey to FM, and we managed to win the game today. Thanks for watching. Consider subscribing and turning on notifications to make this a consistent habit of watching my games, learning from them, watching my puzzles, game analysis, all that. But yep, thank you for watching.